Now, people, there's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in and signing out as we've just listened to this record as a whole. All right, 25th anniversary version of Throwing Copper, 17 tracks by the band. I still don't know. Live. I call this band Live for 15 tracks straight. So if it's Live, you lot are going to be slating me up until that point. I'm going to have weeks, if not months, of comments coming through. You're an idiot. It's not that. Well, I say the video's up there for good, so I'm probably going to get ridiculed for this one for a long time. But with that being said, it was recommended on the Patreon by a good friend David, who's been very patient to hear this listen through. So I appreciate you for that, David, wholeheartedly. Man, where do we start? So many things to comment on when it comes to this record. So many twists and turns, so many ideas. Such fantastic production, such fantastic sound engineering. Now, with it being the 25th anniversary edition, I assume, and I would be surprised if it wasn't remastered. All right, I think it's a remaster, but as they say, you can't polish a turd, right? Whether it be the original recordings or remaster, you can remaster it 20 times over. And if the original recordings, original performances, and so forth were crap, then you can only go so far, you know. You can't necessarily conceal it too well. You know, the mastering isn't the sound engineering, and the sound engineering isn't the recording, and the recording isn't the performance of the instruments on the record. So this was really good. Such a vast world of different ideas in each and every song. You know, the introduction, the first track, great big build-up, definitely written and composed with the idea of it being the introductory song in mind. I'd be surprised if not, because it serves perfect purpose being the first song. Yet, sometimes when you just have it's the first song, it's an intro, it's filler. Normally it's just like, just get to the flipping, you know, content I want to hear. But they made it really epic, really booming, and then before you know it, we got into the singles, we got into the music video content, and wow. One song in particular, don't get me wrong, it was aided by the music video. It was the music video that painted the picture, or just gave me the picture of the songs. Basically, it's early in the morning here, people. What I'm going to try and tell you is that the song Lightning Crashes, which is track number 5, is like the second time on this channel, 5,600 videos in, i.e. songs in, that had me feeling like I was welling up, you know. I nearly shed a tear. It was a beautiful video. Now, I don't get the symbolic ghostly figures and whatnot in that video, and I'm not going to sit here and talk about the video all day, but the music did the video justice, and it was something else. That was a great track, and I really appreciated that. Other than that, another music video, I Alone, that was great as well. The character of the band is great. The artwork of the album is great. The name of the band isn't great because without hearing it off of someone else, I don't know if it's Live or Live. Like Alexis on Fire. Like, how many people are going around calling that band Alex is on Fire? You know what I mean? It's just, you know, it's bad branding in my opinion, but it worked well for both of them bands. Maybe it opens up room for discussion, you know what I mean? Which is good marketing. So 14 tracks, I believe, was on the initial recording. The additional 3 tracks that were on this playlist were all great. They were all more pop adjacent, you know, pop structured. They were fantastic, really good. The drummer was a powerhouse. Across the board, this was a powerful record, you know, a powerful sounding record, bold sounding record, emphasized, concentrated record. Purely down to the when I speak on the sound engineering, that is mastered well, sonically fantastic, great frontman. Lyrically, I'm not the biggest fan of his lyrics, because although he writes in a general singer-songwriter pop boundary, I would say if it was perfect pop songwriting, which I love, I love basic bubblegum hooks and melodies for, you know, I'm not the biggest poetic sort of dude. Um, you know, call that 100% your pop radio songs. This guy's probably verging on about 65-70% of that. And then the rest was, you know, like poeticized and unique, you know, things to say which didn't necessarily follow strict rhyming schemes and whatnot. And although really nothing was wrong. Yeah, just give me the basics. Give me the Ed Sheeran, you know. I prefer that a little bit more. Let me know that there's a rhyme coming up, you know what I mean? So I can feel as a participant with the lyrical content. So I would say I'd change that, but hey. Where else do we go? The bassist loved the good noodle. The guitar work was fine. The guitar work was fantastic. The guitar work sounded great. The guitar tones were great. But the bassist was in a world of his own. Had his own particular style of bass fill that I picked up on. You know, legato style, hammer-ons, pull-offs, little noodle before he came in. That's all he did. And, well, that's not all he did, but you know what I mean? Something just as subtle and simple as that, but it was bold in the mix. And he created a little bit of a signature, a bit of a trademark in his playing through, you know, the repeated use of these little trinkets that I would hear pop out every once in a while. If I'm going to rate this record, it's a flipping good record. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And you might think, 8 out of 10? Bruh, if you just joined me, 8 out of 10, like... I should go through my ratings and give you a tally, a graph of you know, what I've rated these records. 8 is fantastic. I think I've only done 2 or 3 acts. 9. No one's hit a 10. So 8 is superb. 8 is superb. And with that being said, I'm signing out on that. Peace, one love. Shout out to David. Don't thank me, thank David for the recommendation. I'm signing out. One love.